All right, guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is Stella.
And I'm Hayley.
And today we're going to be reacting to Blade Runner 2049. So, last week we dipped our toes into the world of Blade Runner. And it was an interesting world, to say the least. Mm-hmm. But we are forward in time about 30 years? Was there about a 30-year gap?
Yeah.
Maybe just a little under.
2019, I think.
2017, I think this one was. So this is, we've fast forwarded through time. And this is, I believe, not a reboot, but it is a direct sequel. So I believe this takes place after the events of the Blade Runner movie that we just saw. Now, where we left off there is kind of vague. All we know is that Deckard, the cop, the detective, went off with Rachel, who is not a real human being, but in fact a fake. And so that's where it was left. So I don't know where there is to take the story. I know all the basic marketing stuff, Ryan Gosling, our boy. And I know that it is 2 hours and 45 minutes long. This is the longest movie I think that either of us have reacted to on the channel so far. And that's like stiff competition. There's some long movies out there, but this one might be the longest. So either way, I'm excited. It's going to be a journey for sure. As always, the full-length reaction will be up on our Patreon, along with early access to next week's reaction, this movie here. So please go check that out. Thank you guys so much for being here, joining us, and watching. And let's just get into Blade Runner 2049.
The writing is so tiny. Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to... Tyrell Corporation, that's the guy who made them. And Roy went and poked his eyeballs in, squished his head.
Okay, so replicants are no longer being made. Synthetic farming. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, great. Okay.
Well, I thought they were prohibited.
Nah, man.
Open-ended lifespans.
What does open-ended mean?
I don't know. Is it like a normal human lifespan, or just like they can live forever?
So, y'all, there are still replicants out there. Is this the farming? Do you think this is like...
that's what I think.
Just, I don't know why the idea of synthetic farming is really stressful. Another thing probably worth mentioning for film buffs, this I believe is Denis Villeneuve, a director who's made a lot of really critically acclaimed films in the last couple of years. So I think the only one I've seen is Arrival, but I loved that movie. Oh, and he did Dune as well.
Okay. I love Ryan Gosling's really, really high collar.
I know.
Is it Dave Bautista? What?
I do think I remember hearing that he was in this. Well, knowing what a big movie this was, I wouldn't be surprised if some familiar faces pop up, in some smaller roles.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind me taking a liberty.
You police?
Are you Sapper Morton? I prefer to keep an empty stomach until the hard part of the day is done.
Oh no. He's just farming. Leave him alone.
But you haven't always been a farmer, have you? Your bag. It's colonial medical use. Military issue.
Plan on taking me in.
Yeah, but why is he asking all these questions if he's gonna take him out? I'm curious.
Please.
Oh my gosh. Ouch. Oh my gosh.
Please don't get up.
How's Ryan Gosling okay? This man hit his head on a wall so many times.
The power of the LAPD in this world.
Killing your own kind.
That's how he's not dead. Oh my gosh.
My own kind, because we don't run. Only older models do.
This is what I wanted from the other movie.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen a miracle.
Honestly, I can't blame him.
He wasn't gonna go without a fight, but Kay is ready to fight.
I also think the alternative of like, oh, I'll just take you in. I don't think I'd want to go in.
I don't take you into to what? I need to see more of this world before I understand the stakes.
He was making lunch, bro.
Just photograph everything. Madam, please.
Just him?
Just him. One moment, madam.
Is it because it like is like a naturally occurring flower?
I mean, it looks like it is. There's been so little color in the synthetic growth. So I would imagine just the fact that it looks like a regular kind of hour flower means it's not meant to be there.
LA's looking rough these days.
Recite your baseline.
A system of cells interlinked within cells interlinked.
Fuck off, Sckye job.
Whoops, okay, we still
Yikes.
have that going on.
Have you ever been in an institution? Cells.
Cells.
Interlinked.
Interlinked.
What you had to feel finger to finger, interlinked.
Interlinked.
What is this testing? I'm so confused.
Linked.
Interlinked.
What's it like to hold your child
said
in your arms?
baseline.
Interlinked.
Interlinked.
Do you feel
Is this just like the base of the brainwashing of the control?
Constant K. You can pick up your bonus.
Oh boy.
Okay. I didn't hear you. How was your meeting?
Usual.
Detoxified water.
The most aggressive shower.
I know, that looks painful.
I think I ruined my shirt.
I'm sure I can fix that for you. Let me take a look at it.
This is like a robot that's speaking to him, right?
I'm trying a new recipe. I just need a bit more practice.
Don't fuss.
Is it a robot or is it a replicant? Because I do think there's a difference, like a big difference.
And yet,
Oh, she's like a hologram.
I missed you, baby sweet.
So is she just a program then?
Yeah, it's like
Relax.
like Plankton and his robot wife.
A little bit Karen the computer.
Yeah.
Do you want to dance? Or do you want to open your present?
What present?
an emanator.
What's that?
I don't know. What does it mean?
It's Peter and the Wolf. I'm so sorry. I love this piece of music.
You can go anywhere you want in the world now.
What?
Where do you want to go first?
It's a big gift.
Is she still a hologram? Because she seems like
Right,
a
she's-
tiny bit see-through.
A little bit, but I think that her projectors
Are
Can
no longer
move?
needed.
Technology's confusing. I'm just gonna accept it. So I wonder how long these two have I guess, known one another. Oh,
What? How does that little stick give her a physical body? Oh, it's creepy.
oh, so they can just override her system.
We have a new lead.
This is like if you fell in love with your Alexa a little bit.
Yep.
Like your calls are still gonna come through her. This makes me really unhappy. I can't really say just uncomfortable, just unhappy.
It's a little sad.
It's very sad, and it's gonna get sadder for sure.
There's like a skeleton in there.
Your box is a military footlocker, a box of bones. Soil samples indicate that she's been buried for 30 years. Cause of death, Coco?
This guy.
What's this actor?
He's in everything though.
He's in everything. He deserves us
break.
to know his name. It
sense
really
wrong.
does. I'm gonna learn it after this. Memorize it.
It's a narrow birth canal. Baby must have got stuck. She died in childbirth. That looks like an emergency C-section.
Oh, so she died, but maybe the baby.
So where's the kid? You scanned the whole field.
No other bodies.
Maybe he ate it.
What?
That's what I was gonna ask. Are these human bones? Like real human bones?
Is she a replicant?
Or can
replicants
replicants
have
prego?
kids?
That's not possible.
Well, apparently it is.
She was a replicant.
When you design something to be exactly like humans,
Yeah, wouldn't you think?
humans can get pregnant, so...
Those bones are like physically indistinguishable. They couldn't tell until they saw the serial number.
So what you saw didn't happen.
Yes, madam.
It is my job to keep order.
She's
That's what
very
we do
intense.
here.
Very
he
much
said,
so.
he said, like, he seems like a very agreeable worker.
Erase everything.
I think
Even the child.
yeah, after everything
trace.
they gotta be so careful. They're like, we can't let replicants have an ounce of humanity. They have to be like under our thumb completely.
I've never retired something that was born before.
Oh geez.
Oh my gosh.
To be born is to have a soul, I guess.
Oh wow, movie. Okay,
telling me
movie.
no?
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't aware that was an option, madam.
Attaboy.
I don't know, honey. That wasn't the answer I think you were
You've
looking
been getting
for.
on fine without one.
What's that, madam?
A soul?
A soul.
No. What an unhinged thing to say to a person.
I like this dialogue more than I thought I was going to. I think movies like this sometimes it feels like just enough, you know?
This is what I was hoping the last movie would get into a little bit.
Me too. Yeah, just how the inner turmoil.
So this baby is gonna be like 30 now. Like a full adult.
So there's been a 30-year gap.
Okay, I just thought of something wild. So, Rachel was special, right?
Rachel was special. And we have no idea what happened to her or to Deckard.
Checking in on an old
So
Where did they go?
If she was special, then maybe she could get pregnant.
Confirmation
Can a
DNA?
human get a replicant pregnant?
hair.
There's like a lot of questions.
An old one. Pre-blackout. That's gonna be tough. And what's there is thick, milky.
What a weird thing to say.
Strange descriptor.
Everyone remembers where they were at the blackout. Every machine stopped cold. When the lights came back, we were wiped clean.
Interesting.
Funny, it's only paper that lasted. I mean, we had everything on drives. My mom still cries over the lost baby pictures.
Yeah. Must have been adorable.
He's got the jokes.
Pretty fractured. Not much on it.
There must be something else we can find, right? A 30-year-old open case finally closed. Thank you, officer.
She's hiding something.
I'm here for Mr. Wallace. Follow me. What a gift, don't you think? From Mr. Wallace to the world.
I think I know who Mr. Wallace is because I just remembered another actor who's in this movie.
Heading out bought Tyrell.
Not my
Revivifying
favorite
technology.
dude in the world.
Oh, interesting. That could be a lot
I don't
of
think I'm
people,
gonna
though,
like
honestly.
Mr. Wallace.
No one's been down here in ages.
Gosh, these sets just they give me liminal space vibes in the worst ways.
You've got a little boy.
I take him to the doctor.
Yeah.
Testing whether I'm a replicant or a lesbian, Mr. Deckard.
Just answer the question, please.
She said his name. Now he's got to go find him.
Was there anything unusual about how you found her? To warrant an official investigation?
He cannot tell you.
It is invigorating being asked personal questions. Makes one feel desire. Do you enjoy your work, officer?
I want all these new replicants to rebel again.
She's like, it's so intimate
Please
to be
thank Mr.
asked
Wallace
for
for your
personal
time.
questions and information. What do you do? Tell me about yourself.
You worked with Officer Deckard back in the day. What can you tell me about it?
Is this our boy who makes origami?
What was his name?
So we work together to keep it that way.
But yeah, the
Gaff?
fellow cop.
He's new Diaz. Retired. Probably got what he wanted.
It's interesting that they still use the word retired to mean retired and not just dead. Retired for replicants is no bueno.
These shots are so spooky.
Yeah, not a wasted shot so far in this movie. Like, everything's been composed beautifully.
You wanted to review the new model, sir?
An angel should never enter the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, yep.
Who is it?
I know who you are.
Come into the light, sir, please.
New model.
I recognize the side profile too, man.
Do you really? Oh, I see.
He's gives me the heebie-jeebies no matter what role he's in.
That's totally fair. Oh, I hated that. This is giving me the ick really badly. I do not enjoy this.
It's the substance.
It's the whatever the wet
sliminess.
mucusy thing.
Before we even know what we are, we fear to lose it. We make angels in the service of civilization. That is how I took us to 9 new worlds.
So creepy. Everything that he says.
We lost our stomach for slaves, unless engineered. But I can only make so many. There's the seed that we must change for heaven. I cannot breed them. So help me, I have tried.
This is horrific.
Tyrell's final trick, procreation. But there is a child.
Ugh.
Bring it to me.
Sir.
I hope that she takes him out.
The best angel of all. Aren't you, love?
I know,
Girl.
I hate that that's her name.
I know, yeah.
What's up with this tree?
Is it a real tree? I'm trying to figure out the significance of her being buried beneath it and the flower that looks real.
The man with the green jacket. The one who killed Sapper. Find out what he knows.
They couldn't have made the walls opaque.
Hello, A-boy. That's gone Blade Runner. Wanna buy a lady a cigarette?
He's like, I have a robot wife at home, ma'am.
What's that?
It's a tree.
It's pretty.
It's dead.
I was gonna say, they usually look a lot nicer than that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like real girls. I'm always here.
That was a very strange interaction.
It's a little baby booty. What happened on 6/10/21?
He seems very personally affected.
You can't take those.
Proper channels and paperwork. It's all here. Yep. Here you go.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was not real paperwork.
Yeah. But,
Oh, jeez.
But look what happened. That's one hit.
Was he human?
I think so.
Or a
I mean,
replicant?
Bones are gone. So what do you have for me? And don't say nothing. What's that date? Is that a birthday? Is that a death day?
it's been one day, ma'am. He's been doing his job.
Before you were under me, you have any memories from before?
They're not real. They're just implants.
Tell me one.
I have one about a toy that I had. A wooden horse.
Wait,
All I remember is a group of boys trying to take...
hold on.
I go looking for a place to hide it, and the only place is this dark furnace. The horse is all I have, so I go in anyway. Later on, those kids find me, and they beat me to tell them where it is. And that's it.
Check back in after database.
DNA records, children born 6/10/21.
I can't get over the fact that this is it's the motif from the Peter and the Wolf suite. There's gotta be significance, man. My inner music nerd is geeking out.
A and C and T and G. The alphabet of you. All from...
Looking at DNA sequences.
I'm only 2.
Half as much, but twice as elegant, sweetheart.
You don't prefer your madam? Oh. You didn't like her enough to tell her the truth. 6, 10, and 21. The date carved beneath. 6, 10, and 21.
Oh boy.
A dangerous coincidence.
But is it like their memories are synthetic, right? Like they're fake memories.
Unless they aren't.
Unless they aren't.
Unless he thinks that they're fake, but they actually aren't.
But in the last case that we know of Rachel, they were from someone else entirely.
Pushed into the world.
And if it were true, I'd be hunted for the rest of my life by someone just like me.
Yep.
Stop. They're identical. A boy and a girl.
Twins?
One of these isn't real. It's a copy. They were both processed at the Mortal Coal Orphanage. Says the girl died there. Genetic disorder. And the boy disappears.
The normal windshield wipers are kind of just like, even in this advanced technology, we still love a good windshield wiper.
Well, here we are.
Who's shooting?
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. Worst nightmare.
Yeah, good luck, guys. What now? Oh, there's so many things.
What's going on?
Fire again. "200 feet to the east. Go north."
She's getting her nails done.
Stop. Zoom in.
She's a multitasker, I guess.
Oh, come on. Find the child.
Makes sense. At first I thought they were trying to kill him, and I was like, that's dumb. He knows more than you. But no, they're not. They just want to follow him and get the information.
So the other people who just died, they were just people who hang around
we're
the
living
junkyard,
around,
I guess. Yeah.
I'll put you outside where the sky is raining.
Oh no.
Keeps them occupied and it makes them nimble, right?
They're having such a weird reaction to him just walking into this place.
What sort do you have in mind?
Oh, do they think he's there to, like...
All kinds.
Take a kid?
A little boy came through here about 30 years back. I need to see your records.
Don't keep records that far back.
Think you're lying.
I think someone like you keeps a long memory.
This is exactly his memory.
Yeah, no, everything's identical.
Yeah. What if he goes to the furnace and the horse is still there? Because then that, well, I guess it would prove that it was real to someone, not necessarily to him.
This is tough.
It's gone. It's the entire year.
There's so much information, so many like things that are either clues or I just think they're clues. And like, I'm confused, but I'm having fun being confused.
I like that it feels like more of a mystery.
Yeah, well,
than the last one did.
It is still neo-noir inspired, at least. You know, it's a so there's got to be some detectiving.
So there it is. But we still don't know if it was him.
Yeah, we just know that it happened. The memories came
real.
from somewhere. So what we saw happened.
I always told you, you're special. A real boy needs a real name. Joe.
Joe?
How do I know if a memory is an implant or not?
Who makes the memories?
Dr. Anastaline? Is that okay?
Yes. Compromised immune system.
They say you're the best memory maker there is.
I love birthday parties.
You work for Wallace.
But I take my freedom where I can find it. There's a bit of every artist in their work.
This poor lady. She
I
seems
know,
so lovely.
Are they all constructed, or do you ever use ones that are real?
It's illegal to use real memories, officer.
All right, so that's new.
Yeah.
Can you tell us something really happened?
They all think it's about more detail. You recall with our feelings. Anything real should be a mess. Think about the memory you want me to see. Let it play.
Gotta be careful now that you're telling her some stuff.
Someone left this, yes.
I know it's real.
Oh my gosh. So now what? Because they're...
Now what?
I guess if he's not the newer model programmed to always obey, I guess he doesn't have to.
Officer KD6-3.7.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Drop your gun and keep your hands where I can see them.
Oh no!
Cells.
Did our girl already tell?
Cells.
Cells.
Interlinked.
Interlinked.
Dreadfully.
Dreadfully.
What's it like to be filled with dread? You're not even close to baseline.
He's stressed.
Scans said you didn't look like you on the inside, miles off your baseline.
I found the kid. And it's done.
What does that mean it's done?
What you asked.
I can help you get out of the station alive, but you have 48 hours to get back on track. And your next baseline test is out of my hands.
So as soon as you are not on your baseline, they retire you?
I mean,
it seems to be protocol.
Yeah. It's just a no-risk protocol.
So is it even really that the newer models always obey, or it's just that as soon as they even show an inkling of not, you get rid of them? What is up with her?
You liked her, I could tell. She's real. I want to be real for you.
You're a special lady here.
This is a wild turn of events.
This is so... There are so many layers to this. This is gonna be really, really strange.
Yeah.
Quiet, now I have to sing.
Oh my gosh. Her face. Oh, it's so weird.
Does Joy have any control here?
I don't know. It's so weird when all of the arms and the hands are doing all this
I know,
different
everything's
stuff.
like moving. I thought she was syncing before. I guess the syncing process is not foolproof. And like they're each taking off their individual item of clothing. So it doesn't feel right.
It's weird. It's too weird.
Yeah, no, it's really... It feels like morally weird to use someone else's body, you know?
Yeah.
I really appreciate that they didn't show us it actually happening, because that would have been very strange.
Uh-oh.
Don't you take my boy's horsey.
I'm done with you.
I've been inside you. Not so much there as you think.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know what it was that she put in her bag?
I assume it was like a tracker or something, but I guess they tracked him anyway, so I'm not sure.
I don't know if I was supposed to know what that was, so...
I think it...
Because there was that strange woman dressed all in black who sent her and the group of girls over to talk to him in the first place.
to talk to him.
If they come here looking for you, they'll have access to all my memories. You have to delete me from the console. My present.
Should only be in the...
Put me there.
Whatever it was called.
But then if that's destroyed, yeah, it's like she's mortal. She's killable.
If anything happens to this, that's it. You're gone.
Like a real girl.
She wants to be real so bad.
Break the antenna.
They were monitoring even that?
بس واي صاحب ما القوين أنا قلت أو استخدم لسان الكل عليه اللي جري.
Go to 5.
What is this place?
Radiation analysis. Move forward.
What is it?
Guess we're about to find out.
Okay.
Oh, love is on a mission. She is walking with intention.
Where is he? You're too late. He destroyed it.
Oh, you don't even know, girl. Ouch.
Where is he? I'm gonna tell Mr. Wallace you tried to shoot me first.
Ooh.
Location Officer KD6-3.7.
I guess he did still take his police-issued car.
There it is. That's the shot, ladies and gents. The shot.
I didn't even see that tripwire. Oh my goodness.
Mightn't happen ever.
You're a cop. I'm not here to take you in.
Oh boy.
I just have some questions.
What questions?
Oh! So that was a dog.
Yeah.
Oh! Be careful! Don't flip the old man.
I don't want to hurt you, but you're not making it easy.
Why don't you talk to him? Instead of just being like, I'm a cop and I have questions.
I'll be honest. Deckard's never been the warmest fella, you know? He had his issues 30 years ago, too.
I like this song.
I do too, man. It's a good song.
Who doesn't love this song?
We could keep it this or we could get a drink.
Great suggestion.
Got a name?
Officer KD6-3.
That's not a name. That's a serial number.
Your name is Joe.
Joe, I want to ask you some questions.
Like what?
Just ask him. It's just so vague and they're drawing it out so much. Just talk to him.
Like, what was her name? The mother of your child. What was she like?
He's like, tell me about Mom.
You two live here together?
Too many questions.
You haven't answered any of them.
Her name was Rachel.
What happened to the kid? Who put it in the orphanage? Was it you?
I was long gone by then.
You didn't even meet your own kid?
Did he ditch her? Sir.
Because that was the plan. Everyone had a part. Mine was to leave. Couldn't have found the child if I tried.
I didn't want our child found, taken apart, dissected.
He leave to protect him?
Sometimes to love someone, you gotta be a stranger.
Except you and me. Make it one for my baby.
Oh no.
What'd you do?
Target locked.
They know you're here.
Oh gosh!
Creepy masks. Shrapnel inside him?
Yeah, it must be.
But he's been through, like, physically, he's been through so much. How is he? Oh! Come on, love.
There she is.
You're not living up to your name.
Oh no. Joy.
I love you.
They're just leaving him? Because I guess actually nobody knows.
Yeah.
Even they haven't figured out that he's the kid.
There's something else going on. There are, like, a few different layers. Because that's freaking Mariette.
What is happening?
Who do you work for?
There's someone who wants to meet you. This is Fraser.
I saw a miracle delivered. We hid the child and made a vow to keep our secret. That's why Sapper let you kill him.
Let you?
That baby meant we are more than just slaves. A revolution is coming, and we're building an army.
He's like their, like, messiah.
Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do. You cannot allow Deckard to lead Wallace to me. You must kill Deckard.
Oh no.
Deckard only wanted his baby to be safe, and she is.
Wait. Time out.
Rachel had a daughter. With my own eyes, I saw her come.
Didn't they say that the girl died?
Yeah.
You imagined it was you. We all wish it was us.
Someone lived this, yes.
But it's not him?
There's a bit of every artist in their work.
What? What? I guess it makes sense because they said that she died of some rare genetic disease. And then they locked her away because she's some rare disease. Oh my gosh.
What now?
Just when I thought I knew what was going on.
I have wanted to meet you for so very long. I need the child.
Do you like our owl?
Oh, no, that's so messed up.
All these years you looked back on that day. How instant your connection. Did it never occur to you that's why you were summoned in the first place?
What?
All to make that single, perfect specimen.
I know what's real.
Do you?
Help me, and very, very good things can come to you.
You don't have children.
Well, I have millions.
Ew.
Do not be afraid.
I knew it.
Dude, are you serious?
What up?
An angel. Made again.
That is so messed up. It's all a trick, though.
Did you miss me?
Her eyes were green.
Oh, how'd you overlook that detail, man?
I'm not surprised. We've seen how easily they discard them.
You do not know what pain is yet. You will learn.
Hello, handsome.
Oh no!
No one gets a happy ending in this movie, do they?
Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do.
Because you've never seen a miracle.
Port S14 4XD confirmed.
He's gonna do it.
Yeah.
He's actually gonna try and kill him. Wow. Did you get her? Oh,
She got him too,
and she
yeah.
got him.
He's got a choice now.
Oh, what a punch. Oh. Why do people keep doing that?
The best one.
Ugh.
Joe!
Oh no.
Joe!
Oh, okay.
You should have let me die out there.
You did. You meet your daughter now.
Oh. Are we actually getting like a somewhat happy ending? I was not expecting this.
Or even something conclusive. I was expecting a lack of answers.
Yeah.
All the best memories are hers. Go meet your daughter.
Is it gonna kill him? It's so hard to tell with replicants.
I know,
like,
what
exactly
is
will
enough?
kill them.
Yeah. But at this point, I don't know that he cares.
I didn't think they were gonna show
see
it.
this. I know.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna kind of leave it up to our imagination.
Wow.
Yes. Now we gotta talk about it.
I know.
We're supposed to talk about that? That was...
Oh my gosh, that ending was wild.
I really, really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really did.
Yeah. Better than the first one. Or more enjoyable than the first one.
And for me especially, you know, we all have different tastes. But even like going back to kind of what my final thoughts were on the first movie, it's pretty obvious that this kind of made all the changes and had all the little revisions that make for a more enjoyable experience for me personally. And it isn't going to be for everyone. It's never, I'm never going to say one is just better than the other, but this was just miles more impactful of a movie. To the point where I'm almost scared to talk about it. I'm always a little nervous to talk about these things. Do you understand that before? Because you're like, I want to dissect a little more. I want to get into the meat of it. And I don't know, to talk about a movie that you know, that was the better part of like 3 hours. So
yeah, it was a long one.
There's a lot to talk about. I don't think we're going to talk about all of it, especially because my tummy is a grumbling. I'm hungry.
Girl, same.
But it stimulated a lot more emotions and a lot more thoughts.
Yes.
Much more compelling characters. Mm-hmm. And so much subtext in every scene. And gosh, just the actors in this movie. Everyone killed it. Down to like minor characters, because there was a lot. They did a lot with a little. You know, we don't get tons and tons of dialogue. So much of it is silent, and so much of it, especially on the part of Ryan Gosling, is just reaction, is just his face, his emotion, and he's got a lot of range, and I think so does Harrison Ford. But I think Harrison Ford, we don't really get to see a lot of his nuance in some of the older movies because he's big action hero, you know? Mm-hmm. This really redeemed his character to me, you know?
Yeah.
It made me feel for him in a way that the first film never did. It made me feel for his and Rachel's relationship.
Yes, so much more than the first one. That one scene where he sees her and he only says one line. But it's like the entire scene is so impactful.
Yeah. And they... I will say that this justifies its length. I know that's a big thing for me to say.
I was really surprised by that, actually. It didn't feel as long as even some other shorter movies that we've seen.
Yeah. And I think there could be an argument made for whether for what this movie was trying to say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of different people can get a lot of different things out of it. And that's really cool. And I'm glad for that. And even at the end, I was sitting there like watching, you know, you watch Joe find his rest, and you can't look at him and believe that he doesn't have a soul. So it just prompts this really beautiful question of what does it mean to have a soul? What does it mean to be born? You know, because obviously, so Anna is the daughter. Was that how she said Anna? I can't remember what, but obviously, you know, she is a great character too, but I think I'm so glad that it wasn't him.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that he wasn't the child, because it makes me think more. Whereas if he was, it would just be like, well, that's that. He was born, and that's
special.
Why he is. And the character of Joy, Ana de Armas, did actually, like, I feel like I've heard some complaints about her performance in this movie. I could be making that up, but she wasn't around like a ton, you know, but it was so crucial.
Yeah, I kind of feel like she is what they wanted Rachel to be in the first one, where, like, because Joy had, like, I would argue that she feels less real than Rachel did, because Rachel
absolutely
was very physical, but, like, her emotions and her nuance, it was just so much more than Rachel ever was which I don't think that's on the actor. I think that's on the writing. But it was so interesting because I kind of like saw them almost as like parallels, or what's the term that I'm looking for?
Mirror.
Foil, like
a foil to one another.
Yeah.
Well, and it's there. They have those parallels, but then there's also like the intrinsic difference of the fact that there is no question about Joy's origin. She knows. She knows exactly what she is. That's so and yet she still seems to feel. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I think in the previous movie, it's almost sort of communicated that, well, Rachel is human because of these memories, because she's lived her life as a human. But I feel like this really makes you question whether you have to live your life as a human. Can you be just as human, living, acknowledging your creation, that you were created, and not just created, but like created for such a surface level purpose, you know, to serve just a basic human desire. But I think you're right. I think it makes me think about both characters. And what I loved about this movie that I was worried about going in was like it didn't have very much to do with the other movie. It was entirely its own story. It wasn't really a continuation. None of this was really set up in the previous movie. And that makes me feel like the creative freedom was there a lot more than it could have been for other major series sequels. Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of the time the creativity is stifled because the original creator had a goal and there was a cliffhanger, and so we got to continue this story. And yet this felt really well handled in terms of writing because it was its own story and it had its own purpose and it was very distinct from that first movie. So, yeah. So, yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you have anything else? Any other?
I mean, this movie, you're right, this movie is a little hard to talk about because there's just so much and everyone can take away like so many different things from the movie. I will agree with you that I personally found this a lot more enjoyable than the first one. At first, because I think I mentioned in the last video that, you know, I haven't really seen much of the like film noir and neo-noir style before, and I did not super enjoy it in the last movie, but I really liked it in this one.
The mystery. I was so intrigued, and it felt, I don't know, it wasn't totally linear, you know, it wasn't just a piece by piece by piece puzzle. Yeah. I'll definitely be rewatching it.
I feel like there's so much to like find out all these little things that you missed, and
I love writing that instigates interpretation. Like writing that is like, interpret me, please. And it's, I don't know, it was a lot of fun. And I think even if it hadn't been, like we can just this is a cinematography thing. Even if it hadn't been the greatest film, it's masterfully shot. And I don't know what goes into crafting a world like this that is so atmospheric, but it feels like they created another reality for us in these movies, you know? And I would say the first movie's atmosphere is one of its strongest points. I think the atmosphere in that first movie is like, is wonderful, and it's really well developed, but this was like a step further. And there's not a lot of movies you can say this of, but I think that like every shot in this is like artistic, is art. feels like a piece of artwork. And there's not a lot of movies that I feel that way about. And so I had seen some of the famous shots, you know, him walking through the kind of
the orange
desert,
glow.
the orange like radiation. But there was just so much and such cool scenic design, and like the fight with Deckard in this like movie theater banquet hall with projections of old like classic. I will say, I have a question about that. That first movie takes place, like this still follows the linear progression of human time, just kind of like a different timeline. How do we get so far so fast? Because the fact that he's watching like recordings of Elvis and Frank Sinatra, so you think like 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, that all stayed the same. That's all the same as our timeline. It's just that after that, technology got crazy.
What happened in between?
Yeah, there's a technical question there. Before I wrap up, I have one last thing. Maybe I don't know if this should be my last thing, but what did you think of love?
Oh my gosh. What a nuanced, interesting character.
Really? Yeah, really. Oh my gosh. And that actress. I don't know who that is. Why don't I know who that is? She was so good. But I felt so shocked and betrayed that she wasn't good.
She never turned on him.
Yeah. No,
I wanted her to so bad.
It makes me rethink what those tears meant in the beginning. They may not have been tears of empathy. Which is so, because that, you know, you have to like, there has to be a balance. If a replicant can be good, can be truly good, and have, you know, if we're calling goodness a soul, then they can be bad. If they're people, they are people, and people are good and bad. And towards the end, she had a line where she says, I am the best. I'm the best one. And like, that's, how many people do you encounter in your daily life who go around and that's their goal? They want to be better than everybody else, or they think that they are. And it added this other layer of like humanity to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Fun movie. Really, really fun time. I'm going to go talk about this with some friends. Please, you know, give us fun facts, give us story tidbits. You know, I'm sure there's bits and pieces that we missed. I'm a little fuzzy with the whole structure of it just because it is so long. So if there's anything you noticed us, you know, a little confused about, feel free to clear it up in the comments. But yeah, this was a delight. As always, the full-length reaction, the full 2 hours and 45 minutes will be up on Patreon, along with early access to next week's reaction, this movie here. So please go check that out. Thank you all so much for being here, joining us, and watching. And if you're new and this is your first reaction that you're seeing on the channel, please stick around because we would love to have you. And if you do decide to stick around, we'll see you all in the next reaction.